So students, just let me take a check for attendance. Is Dimple present in the meeting right now? Dimple, not present. Gunjan, Gunjan, not here. Kashish Soni, Kashish, I can't see her attendance also here. Nehal, Nehal, then Prisha, Prisha Malik, then Priya Dakar, Riya Sonwane, Saloni Vaishnav, Ankita Mali, Anshul Verma, Anshul Verma is not here. Ayush Arora, Devender, Gaurav Singh, Hardik Soni, not present. Hardik Soni not present. Kartike Singh, not present. Prince Sharma, Rohit Raj, I cannot see his attendance right now. Sudhanshu,
Present, ma'am.
so these are not present right now. Okay, Sudhanshu
Present,
has
ma'am.
joined. Okay, Sudhanshu is present. Anshul Verma also joined. Anshul Verma. Sending. Then 113 is not there. 15, 16, 17. Ria. Okay, Ria Sonwane has joined. Okay. 19 is missing. Then 125 is also not there. Then 27, 28, 29 not there. Okay, 31 not present. 33 not there. Then 36 again not present. Okay, 231 Hitesh joined. 230 Hitesh Kumar. Okay. Then here 36 is not there, 37 is present, 38 is not there, 39 has joined. Okay. Then 10th B. Okay. Akanksha Tripathi is here. Not present. Akanksha Tripathi. Akanksha Tripathi is not here. Okay. Then Ankita Mishra 203. Then Chehek Batra 204. दोनों ही नहीं है. Okay. Then 210 Monica not present. Okay, Monica is present. Then 211 Nandini not present. Okay. Then 219 Varsha. 219 Varsha. I cannot see her attendance. Then 220 Abhishek Dagar not present. Then 21 Aditya वो भी नहीं है. Akshat Chandile not present. Okay. Arpit Singh Tomar 223 not present. Then 226 Ayush Kahar. Okay, he is present. Ayush Kahar. Then 228 not present. 29 Inesh Mathur not present. 32 Rahul Swami is also not there. Then 35, Shubham Adiwal, not present. Tanishq Wakade, 36, not present. 38, Yuvraj Singh is present. Okay.
मैम तनिष योगी present.
Yes, Shobhan, I have marked your attendance. That's why I am repeating only those roll numbers who are missing out of here. Okay. Yes. Okay. So students, in last class we discussed about that is the topic food chain, and we were discussing about the important characteristics of food chain. But before moving that, first who will let me know what do you mean by the term trophic levels? What do you understand by trophic levels? Yes, what are trophic levels?
It
We
is the
say that
position
in a
occupied
food
by
chain
an
we
organism.
see many trophic levels. So what is a trophic level? How to define it? Who will tell me? What is trophic level? What is trophic level? Okay, so Mehak is telling different positions in the food chain. Okay, right? Then anybody else? Definition for trophic level? Okay, so Suhani is telling it is a position occupied by an organism in a food chain. Okay, same is given by Aditi also. Right. So trophic level, that is, it is a particular position which an organism occupy in a food chain, right? And regarding food chain, we discussed many other different things also. And last topic which I discussed with you was regarding 10% law. 10% law means that is at each trophic level in any food chain, only 10% of energy which is present in the previous level, 10% of that energy will only be available in the next trophic level. So in the last I discussed with you, that is 10% law. Now what happens, students, that is whatever energy which is available to an organism at a particular trophic level, maximum of that energy is lost to the environment as heat, and some amount of energy is utilized by the organism for its own growth and development. Say for example, for that is in the manufacturing of new proteins in the body, for the process of respiration. So for various processes which involve growth and development, organism is also utilizing that energy. Now after all these things and processes, whatever amount of energy is left, that is hardly is 10% of the previous level, and that is available to that particular organisms. Okay. Now, because of this 10% law only, which we have already discussed in the last class, it has been predicted that there are only 4 to 5 trophic levels in a food chain. Yes. That if you take different kind of food chains, different examples of food chains, then we will find that we have limited number of trophic levels in a food chain, hardly that is 3, 4 to 5. Reason is 10% law. Because of this 10% law, at every trophic level there is a huge loss of energy to the surrounding, and the availability of energy at each successive trophic level gradually decreases. Now since available energy is decreasing, so number of organisms also decreases, and we know that living organisms, they require energy for survival, and that's why each food chain, it hardly have 4 to 5 trophic levels, right? Another thing, in a food chain, you will find the maximum number of individuals or organisms at the producers, or you can say at the first trophic level. Yes. Sometimes what happens that they will give you an example of a food chain. For example, I'm writing here that is grass is eaten by, say, that is frog, and frog is eaten by, that is a snake, and snake in turn is eaten by hawk. Right? Now here that is, now first we have to mark the trophic levels. So this is trophic level 1 and these are the producers. It is trophic level 2. These are the primary consumers. Then trophic level 3. These are the secondary consumers. And like that, trophic level 4. These are the tertiary consumers. Okay. So like that, here I have marked the trophic levels in this given food chain. Now here the maximum number of organisms or the population of individual will be maximum at the first trophic level, that is here in case of the producers, that is grass. Why? Because it is the first trophic level and we know that according to 10% law, at each trophic level, the availability of usable energy will gradually decrease. So what will happen that finally when you reach to the last trophic level here, the amount of usable energy will be very, very less. So if energy is less, number of organism will also less. So this question many times already been asked in your board paper, that they will give you an example of a food chain and you have to justify your statement that at which trophic level more number of organisms will be maximum or least. ओके, लीस्ट आपका जो सबसे टॉप मोस्ट ट्रॉपिक लेवल है वहां पर लीस्ट नंबर ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स होंगे और जो मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स होंगे वो होंगे आपके प्रोड्यूसर लेवल पे. आई होप माय पॉइंट इज क्लियर टू यू बिकॉज इट इज एन important. Okay, Arushi is asking, repeat the reason. Reason is 10% law only, because according to 10, because of this 10% law only, what is happening at every successive trophic level, amount of usable energy is decreasing and organisms, they require energy for survival. Now when energy is not there or limited amount of energy is there, then automatically the number of surviving individuals will also decrease. और सीधे आप सिंपल सेंटेंस में लिख सकते हैं, because the available energy will be maximum at the first trophic level and it will be minimum at the last trophic level, right? And sometimes we also get a question in exam that explain why every food chain have only 4 to 5 trophic levels, or why it have only limited number of trophic levels. Then again comes the same answer, because of 10% law, at every level energy is decreasing, so number of surviving organisms will also decrease. Okay, so that is another characteristic of food chain. Now the next one is, one of the interesting aspects of food chain is biomagnification. In fact, biomagnification is one of the ill effect, or you can say it is one of the disadvantage of a food chain. Now what is biomagnification? So in simple words we can define it as accumulation of toxic substances in the body of organisms present at various trophic levels in a food chain. Right? So accumulation means to get collected. So here and that is accumulation is of toxic substances. Toxic substances means that is which are poisonous, which are harmful to our body. So what happens, just because of a food chain, these toxic substances, they keep on getting accumulated, they keep on getting collecting. हमारी बॉडी के सेल्स के अंदर वो इकट्ठा होते रहते हैं, राइट? They keep on getting accumulated, and after some time, that is when their accumulation becomes up to a good limit, then they start showing their negative effect. They start showing the symptom of the concerned disease which they are causing. And at that time, we come to know that yes, in our body, we are having the accumulation of this toxic substance. That's why we are able to see these symptoms. And then we go for the treatment of that particular disease. So that is known as biomagnification, because that particular toxic substance was not visible to us until we are not getting the symptoms. और symptoms कब आएंगे, जब हमारी बॉडी में वो केमिकल्स, वो टॉक्सिन्स लार्जर क्वांटिटी में इकट्ठे हो जाएंगे, वो हमारे बॉडी के बहुत सारे सेल्स को डैमेज करेंगे और फिर सिम्टम्स प्रोड्यूस होंगे, राइट? So that is biomagnification, and it is one of the negative effect of food chain. Let's try to understand with the help of one example. Okay, now here that is, we know that, so for example, we are cultivating wheat. Okay, now wheat is a plant, means it is a producer. Okay, now wheat is a crop, and for its cultivation we are making use of agrochemicals. Any idea what are agrochemicals? What are agrochemicals? Anyone? What are agrochemicals? Examples can you cite? Okay, so Arushi is telling pesticides. Correct. Anybody else? One more example. Chemicals used for agriculture. Correct only, Shreya. Same is given by Kritika Mehra. Okay, yes. So the various chemicals which are mostly man-made, we use in our agriculture, like pesticides, like fertilizers. So they all are called agrochemicals. So for the good growth of wheat, we are making use of agrochemicals like that of pesticides or fertilizers, right? Now this wheat, okay, first thing that this wheat is directly consumed by we human beings also, or a goat is eating this wheat and then it is eaten by, say, the predator, we human beings. In two ways it is entering into our body. So what happened, that for the good growth of wheat, say for example, we have added pesticides or fertilizers to the soil. From the soil, these pesticides, they have been observed. Let's talk about fertilizers. These fertilizers are absorbed by the wheat plant. Now inside the body of the wheat plant, these pesticides or fertilizers are present, because they will remain present, because these chemicals are non-biodegradable. These chemicals are non-biodegradable. Plus to that, body of living beings cannot metabolize these chemicals, or they cannot excrete it out also. Metabolize means जो plants से animals की body है, इन chemicals को वो कोई useful substance बनाने में भी use नहीं कर सकती. And secondly, we also cannot excrete out these particular chemicals out of our body. So because of that, and third reason, that these chemicals are very stable, they are non-biodegradable. So what happened? They stay inside our body, they stay inside the body of living beings for a longer period of time. Okay, so what happens, from soil, the pesticides, fertilizers sent into the body of wheat. Now this wheat we are directly consuming, or we are indirectly consuming through the way of the goat. So when goat is consuming this wheat, which is having the accumulation of pesticide, now that pesticide will be shifted to the body of the goat. Okay, Akshat is asking that why we cannot excrete it, because you learn in higher classes, or you might have learned in the process of excretion, that the passing down of different substances from your blood and filtration, it depends upon the partial concentration of these substances inside our blood. ओके तो उस पार्शियल कंसंट्रेशन में जो सब्सटेंसेस है ये फिल्टर नहीं हो पाते, ये हमारे सेल के अंदर रेजिडुअल वॉल्यूम में बच जाते हैं. Detail you learn in higher classes, okay, because it is a new substance for our body, and that is, and most of them they are non biodegradable, so they will stay there, और जो हमारी किडनीज है उसको फिल्टर करके वाटर में ट्रांसफर भी नहीं कर पाएंगे, so they keep on getting accumulated. Okay, so now in the body of the that is goat, these pesticides are present, and when we are feeding upon the meat of the goat, then these pesticides are, okay, Sarish is writing, but fertilizers, let me see. Okay. Okay, but fertilizers get used up by plants to make various substances, then how can they enter our body? Yes, but here comes the rule, Arushi, that why it is always suggested that we always use pesticides and fertilizers in appropriate and given quantity. But what happens when farmers, they use them in excessive quantity, then the extra amount, it is always left as a residual amount in the body of the plants, and same is transferred to the next trophic level organism. Same I am telling, okay. तो जब गोट को की मीट पे हम फीड करते हैं, what happens, these pesticides are transferred in the body of the human. So what is happening, that from one trophic level to another trophic level, a toxic substance is getting transferred, okay, and it is getting accumulated inside the body of organism, and that is known as biomagnification. And always remember that concentration of these harmful poisonous substances will be found in maximum quantity in human beings. Yes, तो हम ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैं, हमारी बॉडी में सबसे ज्यादा इन हार्मफुल टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंसेस का कंसंट्रेशन, मींस यू कैन से दैट द लेवल ऑफ बायोमैग्निफिकेशन इट इज हाईएस्ट इन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स. रीजन इज दैट, first thing, the same reason, that is these toxic substances, these are non biodegradable. Second is that human being, it is a top predator, because in every food chain it is present at the pinnacle, at the top of the food chain. At the top of the food chain means that is human beings, they feed upon both plants and animals, and human beings as such as a prey, it is not eaten by any other animals, so it is the top predator. So what is happening, that through various food chains, these chemicals, they get accumulated inside our body, and after that they start producing their symptoms. Okay, for example, you might be knowing that when accumulation of mercury takes place, then you suffer from a disease called, anybody, you have learned in 8th standard, the last chapter, anyone, when mercury accumulates in our body, then we suffer from a disease called, yes, I'm waiting for the response. That disease is known as Minamata disease. It is known as the Minamata disease. Yes, it affects our brain. Okay, and similarly there is one more disease. Yes, Adesh, your answer is correct only, that is Minamata disease. And there is one more disease example, that is which occur due to the accumulation of the metal called cadmium. Yes, when cadmium gets accumulated inside our body, then we suffer from the disease called, that is ittai. Yes, its meaning is ouch disease. We learn in higher classes. Okay, so name sounds a bit funny, but these all are examples of those diseases which may occur because of biomagnification. Not only this, You might be knowing some examples of that is some pesticides which we use. For example, that is BHC and DDT. These are the well-known pesticides, but nowadays these are completely banned by the government because they are responsible for causing that is one especially this that is DDT. It is responsible for causing or inducing variety of tumors in our body and for causing the cancer of muscle cells. Yes, that is DDT and BHC. Strong pesticide it is. Okay. So Arushi is asking BHC full form. Anyone from your side who can tell full form of BHC? No. So BHC stands for benzene hexachloride and commonly we call it as gamexine. We commonly call it as gamexine or it is also known as lindane. Yes. So benzene hexachloride. Yes, Hardik, your answer is correct only. Okay, so these are some examples of BSC and DDT. So why I'm telling these examples? Because sometimes with the name of these pesticides, we get a question in exam, and that is regarding biomagnification, and it is a very important topic for examination. So question comes, what is biomagnification? Illustrate with the help of an example. Or will be given a food chain, and in situation will be given that explain why that if a farmer is using pesticide like DDT, in which at which trophic level the concentration will be maximum and why. तो आपको याद रखना है कोई भी फूड चेन हो उसमें जो सबसे लास्ट टॉप का ट्रॉपिक लेवल है उसमें कंसंट्रेशन मैक्सिमम होगा बिकॉज इन दैट लास्ट ट्रॉपिक लेवल whosoever is organism is persisting for that food chain that will be acting as a top predator. Okay, and generally they get a question with reference to human beings that explain why the concentration of pesticides is found more in case of human beings. That is through food chain. And we also discussed that food chain, it is basically showing a unidirectional flow of energy and nutrients. It is not retracing back. So nutrients are transferring from producers towards the consumers. So are the toxic substances. So toxic substances भी आपके प्रोड्यूसर से लेकर कंज्यूमर की बॉडी में ट्रांसफर हो रहे हैं. So जैसे जैसे कंज्यूमर के ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स इंक्रीज होंगे बायोमैग्निफिकेशन भी इंक्रीज होगा. Hope that this particular topic is clear to you regarding biomagnification. Okay, so that is about the topic biomagnification. Now next one is, now there is one more important interesting question which is asked regarding food chain is that what will happen, and many times this question is repeated, what will happen. Say for example, I have given you a food chain. Grass is eaten by deer and deer is eaten by say lion. Okay, now how the question comes that what will happen if all lions disappear from this food chain, or what will happen if all deer disappear from this food chain, or what will happen if grass totally disappear from this food chain. Means they want to put a question with reference that what will happen to a food chain if any of the trophic level is totally removed from that food chain. तो आपको डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन ना देके बेटा वो आपको एक फूड चेन का एग्जांपल देंगे और सीधे क्वेश्चन पुट अप करेंगे कि अगर फूड चेन से हमने लायंस को हटा दिया तो क्या होगा. यस, सो एनी आंसर्स फ्रॉम योर साइड? लेट्स स्टार्ट विद, okay, so Kritika Mehra is writing food chain will be disturbed, food chain will break. So Arushi is writing number of deers will increase. Okay, so first thing that's a common point to understand is that if we are going to remove a particular trophic level completely in a food chain, it will disturb the food chain. Now you have to explain how. Say for example, I ask you what will happen if you remove all the lions from this particular food chain. What will happen? Now no lions means there is no predator to feed upon deer. So what will happen? The population of deer will increase rapidly. Now these many number of population of these deers, what they do? They will feed upon grass. They feed upon grass means they will totally gradually finish the all grass, the producers. Okay. And we know that when all producers will be finished, then the survival of the earth as a whole will become in danger, because producers, they not only give us food, but they also give us oxygen, right? So that is for lion. Now if deer are removed, then what happens? Deer are removed means no food for the predator lions. So these lions will die because of starvation. Okay. And secondly, when there are no deer, then there are no organism to control the growth of this grass. What will happen? That the grass will gradually consume all the nutrients which are present in the soil, and no new plants will further flourish. Okay. And if grass is removed, then again the same thing. Deers, they don't have anything to eat. So number of deers will decrease. When number of deers will decrease, then what happens? Again, it will affect the lion predators because their food is getting limited. So ultimately, both the component will gradually come to end. And yes, what Arush is writing, that is the whole ecosystem will end up. Okay. So such type of questions are very common in exam students. So I hope you got this particular example clearly. तो इसी टाइप से आपके बेटा कोई भी फूड चेन आएगी उसको अच्छे से स्टडी करना है और उस फूड चेन के रेफरेंस में आपको अपना आंसर लिखना है. Okay. Says Ojasvi, I have seen your response. Okay. That if grass is removed, then all the deers and lions will die. Okay. So that is regarding the food chain. So that's all for food chain, which I was discussing about all the important characteristics. So important points to remember here is that food chain, it shows a unidirectional flow of energy between various organisms. Okay, or we can say that through food chain, all the organisms of biotic community in an ecosystem, they do interaction with each other. Then we discussed about trophic level. Then regarding trophic level, I cite you many examples, then how these are connected, 10% law, biomagnification, and all these some tricky application based question, which I told you. Now, just like that of food chain, we have got one more term that is known as food web. Yes, that is known as a food web. So, and again the same thing, the term is not new to you people. Regarding food web also we had an introduction in class 7th in chapter forest. So food web means that is many interconnected food chains. They form a food web. So when we are talking about ecosystem, so ecosystem in itself is a large entity, it's a large world. So what happens? That one organism at a time is playing the role of different trophic levels in a particular different food chains. And all these food chains are interconnected with each other. Okay. Say for example, if we are having here grass is eaten by, say for example, that is frog. Frog is eaten by snake, and it is eaten by, that is hawk, right? The frog is eaten by grasshopper. Grasshopper is eaten by, say for example, that is frog. Frog is by snake, and snake is by hawk. Then grass is eaten by rabbit also, and it is eaten by hawk, right? So at a time, a single organism may be involved in more than one food chain. And then when these becomes interconnected, we call it as a food web. Now here the important point to remember is that in exam we get a question, difference between a food chain and a food web. So for example, here we have created a simplest kind of food web. Let's make one food chain. So here we are having grass, grasshopper, and finally that is, it is a frog. So here we are having a food chain, and here we are having food, it is food chain, sorry, that is food web. Yes, food web. Now what differences you can write there? Yes, अब एक पिक्टोरियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन आपके सामने है, ये एक छोटा सा फूड वेब है और ये फूड चेन है, तो दोनों को देखकर आपके माइंड में क्या क्या डिफरेंसेस आते हैं? ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट फर्स्ट वन, द डेफिनेशन. The definition, yes, that food web, it's a group of interconnected food chains. And what is food chain? A linear arrangement or a series of organisms in which one organism is eaten by another one. पहला आपका definition हो गया. Second difference, that a food chain is always linear. A food chain is always linear, means it always moves in a progressive direction. One organism eaten by another organism, right? And here we say that food web, we call it as not linear, or we can call it as to some sort of extent cyclic. It's not linear. Okay. Then another one is that in food chain, we only come to know that who eats whom. Means food chain हमें सिर्फ ये इंडिकेट करता है कि एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म किसको खाता है और उसके बाद उसे कौन खाता है, लाइक दैट. बट a food web gives you a detailed knowledge that an organism, it can feed upon of what different varieties. For example, a hawk. Okay. तो फूड वेब से आपको पता चलेगा कि जो हॉक है वो स्नेक पे भी फीड करता है, वो आपका रैबिट पे भी फीड करता है और डायरेक्टली फ्रॉग पे भी फीड करता है, राइट. लेकिन जब हम एक फूड चेन को देखते हैं तो उससे हमें सिर्फ इतना पता चलेगा कि वो कौन सा ऑर्गेनिज्म किस पे फीड करता है, राइट. सो दैट इज what an organism likes to eat, that what feeds upon what. Okay. Okay, so Mridul is writing a food web shows the many different parts, plants and animals. Okay, in fact, we say that it is the food web which gives a very clear picture of an ecosystem. Okay, Swan is writing it may consist of 4 to 5 trophic levels food chain. Multiple trophic levels in food web. Yes, that we can accept. Okay, and in a food web at a time, that is an organism may be acting at a different levels. So sometimes we get this question in exam for 2 to 3 marks that differentiate between a food chain and a food web. ज्यादा डिटेल में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको 2-3 सिंपल डिफरेंसेस लिखने हैं. Okay, so one is definition, then second one is linear and there is non-linear or cyclic, you can write it. And third one, that food chain simply shows that who eats whom, but food web will let you know that an organism, it feeds upon variety of organisms and what are those. Okay. So students, that's total about food chain and food web. So it means that is one part of this chapter number 15, our environment, we have finished off today. And the second part is about, that is management of waste, that is how our activities are affecting environment. And this is the last class before your vacation. Okay. And just like every year, you people get vacation homework in this vacation also. So your vacation homework in the form of an assignment will be posted in your school Google Classroom, the new Google Classroom. Okay. So there just you check, and the due date will also be assigned there. So like every other assignment, you have to complete your that holiday homework, vacation homework, and submit it timely. Okay. And one more thing, as now you must be very excited to celebrate Diwali, but please don't burst crackers, don't play with crackers, because being a science student, you all must be knowing that they are not good for our environment. And plus that this year, there is a ban on bursting crackers in Rajasthan especially. Okay. So just students, do take care of yourself, especially that is during this pandemic crisis of COVID-19. एकदम से ढीला नहीं पड़ना है, प्रिकॉशंस को वैसे ही फॉलो करना है बेटा जैसे कर रहे थे. Okay, because now just again the medical committees, they are just predicting that now the number of cases again will increase. So please keep on religiously following your all precautions. Okay. So just let me see one more time those who have joined late in the class for attendance. One more time. Let me confirm your attendance. कौन कौन है जो लेट आए हैं क्लास में? Okay, so I'm just repeating the names. Dimple, Gunjan, not present. Kashish is not present. Nehal is not present. Prisha, Priya. Okay. Yes, students, आप सबको भी बेटा हैप्पी दिवाली, सेफ दिवाली. Okay, Prisha is present. 115. Students, after the reopening of the school, please do join the class on time. Because for the very first 5 minutes, I'll mark attendance, and after that, no attendance will be given to latecomers as per order from the administration. तो अगर आप उसके बाद लेट आते हैं तो आपकी अटेंडेंस मार्क नहीं होगी. तो कैन यू टेक केयर फॉर नेक्स्ट टाइम. टाइम से आप क्लास में आएंगे. ओके, हार्दिक सोनी इज प्रेजेंट. देन हु हैज जॉइंड लेट? Who else joined late? Okay. Yes. So time is almost up. So I'm just signing off. I'm disconnecting the meeting. So take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Enjoy your
Happy
vacation.
Diwali.
पढ़ाई भी
Happy
करनी है.
Diwali.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay? So take care.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.
Happy Diwali.